All right, welcome back to Thrive America. We're joined by good friend and personal action business coach Rick Crain, and we're discussing Rick's 10.5 things you must do to get to the top of your game. Of course, we always ask each guest to submit their outline and their talking points, and we've gone through several so far. And if you've missed any of these, please take a moment, go back and research the different blogs to locate some of these prior segments, because there's some real doozies in here for sure. All right, so Rick, your next one's I'm looking at it, not quite understanding this, so you're going to have to help me out with this. Practice with empathy. What does this mean?
Well, actually, it's practice wild empathy.
Oh, practice wild empathy. So what does this mean, practice wild empathy?
Yeah, this is actually, Brent, this is the part where we really need to put ourselves in our customer's shoes. We need to feel what the customer is feeling. The beautiful thing about being in small business is that we can adapt and be flexible to any economy very quickly, okay, with the right strategies and the right techniques. Where in a big business, it's much harder to change a culture, much harder to change hundreds of employees and get them singing the same tune and beating the same drum quickly. So that's why large companies just what? They make cuts, right? They don't even know if they're cutting in the right places. They're just cutting so they can make their bottom line, so they can give the dividends to their shareholders. Well, in small business, what we need to do to quickly react to economic situations is we need to constantly put ourselves out there talking to our clients, customers, prospects, the people that we see face to face. So what I encourage you to do is right now, if you don't know the top 10.5 frustrations of your customers, go out and ask them. What are the top 10 frustrations, okay? And then bring those back and share those with your employees, okay? If you have employees, share those, because that humanity and that humility of knowing what is going on with your customers and being able to be flexible and adapt to their needs and conditions of these times, when this economy does turn around, and it will, you will have some wild success by practicing some wild empathy.
It sounds like doing what you just described will empower you to attract other clients, because if you can identify clearly what the pain points are for your current clients, and you like those current clients and you want maybe more clients or customers and so forth, you can translate those pain points into an advertising
Your
statement, marketing
yeah,
materials. That do you
your
think?
unique value proposition, you can turn that into a marketing machine.
Just
Good
by
point.
talking to your current clients and understanding more about their
Yeah, most business people do not even survey their current clients. And if you just ask them, what are the frustrations that you're facing today? What are the challenges that you're facing today? May have nothing to do with your business, but your business will offer a solution.
I think this is such a killer secret, to take a little thunder away from Alan Urich's when he was my guest, and another guest spoke and has built his business, Prince, entirely on understanding thoroughly what his clients need and building his business from that. In other words, what he did is he started out with a simple service, surveyed his customers, realized that there was a whole slew of other relatable solutions that he could provide, went back to his cave, came up with a plan of attack to address those concerns, and came back to his current clients. And
Absolutely. It's I come across that all the time.
and you come across people that don't do this, right? Is that right? Okay.
Yep.
And that seems like it's your current customer base is so valuable.
This is just think about having that type of relationship with your current customers. Okay, so you could call this a customer loyalty program. We all need to have a process where we're staying in touch, where we're empathizing, where we're putting ourselves in our customer's shoes, and that we're constantly reinventing our business to meet the needs of our customers.
And not going too far away from our original vision and mission statement, but not getting too distracted with some other crazy new product or service, but something that's specific and fits in with your passion. And one thing too, before we go on, one thing that you do as a coach, I think, which is something I want to address to our viewers, is not only do you have this expertise, I feel, but one of the things you've helped me with, and I've seen you help your other clients with, is keeping us accountable to reach these benchmarks. And if we have a great idea, you help us just stay accountable on top of these things, and in a way that a great coach can only do, I think.
Well, thanks, Brent. That's very important. I really want to let people know that when you do have a plan and you do have ideas and you implement those ideas and you do have activities to lead towards your goal, have at least an accountability coach or somebody that you trust that's going to hold you accountable to the things that you need to get done, and check in with each other every day and say, hey, did you get this done or did you not get this done, and what's the consequence? Too often we look at things and we just blow them off. Okay, and say, well, I can do that tomorrow. All right? Then what happens is, okay, we start letting things slip and things start to slide, and we're doing the things again that we like to do because it's in our comfort zone. So if you're in your comfort zone, your business isn't growing because you're not growing. That's the part of scout and develop your talent.
Which was your first original point. Let's move on here to your next principle here. Never deny help. What do you mean by never deny help?
Well, that's both giving and receiving. I know when I first went out on my own and started my own business, nobody could do it better than me, right? So for months and months, I was in denial that I needed help. I just needed to figure things out, okay? So in the meantime, what's happening is, I'm spending a lot of money and eventually becoming in a negative cash flow situation. So I reached out, and I actually flew to Philadelphia and talked with one of the top coaches in the world. And from that 2-hour conversation, my mindset, my be-do have, my belief system, everything changed and everything started to click. And the most I learned out of that was 2 things. One is, if you're suffering in your business or you feel that things aren't going the way they should be, don't lose your identity. Because if you lose your identity, you're cooked. Okay? People will know it. You'll lose credibility. Fear sets in, right? The second point is, whatever you fear the most, whatever you're not good at, become a guru. Go out and learn that. If it's sales, learn sales. Become a guru at sales. So whatever you're the weakest in, face that fear, face that challenge, and overcome it.
So it seems like there's a lot to be said about this, and to kind of summarize, for me, I've definitely learned the hard way in thinking that I can do everything myself, and it was hitting my head against the wall. But it wasn't until I really learned that I'm strong at this and I need help with these other areas that I began to make some baby steps forward. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this up here, and we'll see you back in just a little bit, Rick, and so stick around.
Thanks.
And we'll be right back.